Yesterday at the gym, after work, I was working on my fitness. Ooh wee! You got to pay tribute to the Queen. So I was on the stair machine.
You bloody love the stair.
I do. I bloody love the stair machine.
It's too hypnotic. It looks like a scary escalator.
You don't look at the steps.
Yeah, and you don't walk up an escalator. Well, you can walk up an escalator, but so I'm just kind of like looking around because I'm watching a show, White Lines, on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
it's about Ibiza and there's drugs and the odd bit of nudity and stuff.
Yeah.
So whenever there's a scene coming up, I can tell it's going to get it, and I just give it a bit of a look around.
Yeah,
just to make sure nobody's like right there. And I noticed a few treadmills over, there's a young lady and she's looking at me, and I'm like. That's weird. So back to the stairs I go. And then I look again and she's kind of like looking. And then when I look, she looks away. And I'm like, damn.
Shoulders still got it.
Like what you see. Because at that stage, I'm very sweaty because it's always the last thing I do.
Yeah, okay.
I'm wearing some shorts that are a little shorter than your usual shorts.
Oh, you're showing a bit of sexy Vaughan Smith
and
leg.
they hug the buttock.
Right,
They really roll. And with the sweat, there's a bit of cling.
Yeah,
okay.
I always think if you're like sweaty at the gym and someone's checking you out, you're doing
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. So that's where my mind's at. I'm stepping and I'm trying to pay attention to the show, but every now and then I'm looking across and I'm like, well, this is good. I personally have sought objectification my entire life,
and you're finally getting it.
I won't be offended by it.
Yeah,
people aren't to know that.
Yeah, but this is what hot people get all the time, 24/7,
and I liked it.
Getting a taste.
I won't lie. Yeah, I had a little taste.
Yeah.
So I'm looking, and then I see her stop the tread. She's finished on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Gives it the wipe. I'm like, that's good.
Yep.
And
my
then
love
I'm still
interest
working,
is hygienic.
And it's purely a one-way street.
Right.
Oh no, Sade's not listening. So no, it's a one-way street. I'm like, this is weird. And then she's done. She wipes down the machine and she walks. And I look, and she's like, hi, like indicates, and I'm like,
wait. Is she quite attractive?
Yeah.
You just said Sade's not listening.
But yeah. Not as attractive as Sade. Of course.
You're still getting in trouble.
She
this
is my wife and I love her.
Yeah, this is going to be on a highlights thing. Yeah. One of those things.
It's going to get played on Facebook.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Can we do one of those custom audiences where you're like, everybody
not
accept?
Sade.
Yeah, Sade. So anyway.
So she's just to establish, she's very attractive.
No.
But
attractive.
not as attractive as
your
Sade.
wife.
Oh, and Sade.
And she's been perving at you the whole time, and now she's standing there at the bottom of the stair machine.
Yeah. And I'm like, I better deal with this. I better nip this in the bud. Because I don't wear my wedding ring.
Oh, right, okay.
Because my fingers have got too fat.
You're not wearing it now.
And I can't get it over my knuckles. I'm sweating. This person's walked over to me, and I pop a earmuff off.
Sexy, yeah.
I'm like, and I'm bringing the speed right down, and I'm like, hey. And she's like, your shoelace is undone. And I have been waiting for you to eat shit on that machine. And I was like, oh, thanks for telling me. And she's like, I should have come across earlier, but I was doing the running, and I really did want to see someone fall on the stair machine. I was like, you're a monster. But thank you. And so I stopped and I did up the thing, and I got back to it.
And then, so she walked away, so she wasn't actually checking you out.
100% confirmed not. She was checking out the possibility of
you falling.
In your mind, how long do you think she was watching me? From my theatrical retelling.
About 6 minutes.
10 minutes.
30 seconds tops.
Oh.